subscribe, definitely go down below, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and drop a comment. Remember, emojis count too. Now, I'm a little stuffed up, bear with me, and we're gonna get through this video. Today's video is gonna be about how much I paid for the 2020 M340, and I'm gonna go over some dealership experiences. My goal is for you guys to get as much information as possible as to how a dealer might act when you walk in there. This is not how every dealership is, but I'm just giving you guys my experiences. First mod, or I guess part for the BMW has arrived, so I'm super happy to put this on to show you guys, so stay tuned. Definitely watch the next videos. This might be the next video coming, unless I change my mind. But it's kind of heavy, so I don't know if you guys can guess what it is. I don't know how, but you know, coming soon. Stay tuned. All right, let me put this back. So now, for those of you who just want to click on a video, figure out how much I pay, how much my monthly payments are, and all of that good stuff right there. This car was $46,999. Now, that's how much it was advertised online, and when I went to the dealership, that's how much it was. They told me they have like a no haggle pricing setup, which I'm not gonna lie, kind of relieved me in the beginning. Guy kind of aware of me before I showed up that there's gonna be some other fees that I can't remove. One being like the Kahoo tracking system. I don't even want it, I don't need it. But he told me that all the cars were fitted with the Kahoo, and then I have to pay the $299, right? So I just assumed that as a cost that I'd have to eat no matter what. So effectively the car was $47,298, I guess you'd say, right? There's only 3 rear-wheel drive M340s around at the moment. There was actually another blue one, however, that one was like a buyback. It didn't really go that way, and actually it was 4 because it was a white one and a black one, but those were new, and they won like 58 grand for that car. Now, the monthly payment on this car is actually $810 and I think 11 cents. Now, that is almost double the cost, like, yeah, double the cost of what my BMW 435 was. My BMW 435 paid $26,000 for it, and the note came out to $408. Huge jump. I'll kind of explain to you why it didn't hit me crazy, and why I think that I'll be fine at the end of the day. I don't put money down. This car is zero down, no taxes, nothing. Everything is rolled in, right? What I typically do is I'll take the money that I was gonna put down and I'll make the payments with it. So let's say, for instance, you wanted to put $10,000 down, right? It will make the payments lower, yeah, I get it. But what I do is I do zero down, I try to get the best APR I can, and then make those payments boom, boom. So now, let's say your payment's effectively $1,000 a month, and I'm throwing $10,000 down. I'll make 10 payments ahead of time. That still saves you the interest because it's going towards principal, but at the same time, if my legs get cut off, on the job, I work like a safety sensitive job, so you know, if something happens or something goes down, even if they pay me a little bit less, or if I, God forbid, lose my job for anything, right? I have 10 months of recoup time, or not necessarily recoup time, but 10 months of, okay, a buffer zone if something crazy goes on in my life. In this car, actually, I gotta put you on to something else too. It's a little trick that I did this time. But before we get into all that, I just wanna say thank you for all you guys who rock with me, who watch the channel, because I do get paid off YouTube as well. So YouTube actually kicks in with their pennies, nickels, and dimes, and take care of some of this note for me too. So I'm extremely grateful of that. But then again, y'all know I get out here and I bust my ass and make this content. Back to the point. Thank you guys, thank you guys. You guys know I had it out with that 435, and if you really want me to be all the way honest with you, this at the moment is a lot cheaper than the 435, including the mods. At the same time, it's a great thing to be able to do what you want to do, like do what you love to do, and it kick you back some cash, you know what I mean? It's kind of like my addiction. I love cars, I love driving them, I love modifying them, and now I get to put it on a platform, show you guys how happy I am, but at the same time get a little kickback in order for me to go bigger and bigger, if you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm so relieved that I got rid of the 435. They gave me a terrible trade-in value on the 435. Terrible. It was disgusting. But hey, listen, I had to eat it because, one, there was still a little bit of green on there. They asked me was the car green before. I had to show them the video. You know, they asked me a whole bunch of questions about the car. It has 428 wheels on it. So in the end, kind of took a hit, but I learned a valuable lesson as well. I spent $26,000 on that car. I put $20,000 maybe back into that car as far as mods, labor, paying G, you know, paying Pro Dipper, paying everybody, and paying for parts, FCP Euro, BMW dealership, to get that car, keep it up and running. And the car was actually down a lot of the time. So if you really look at it effectively, this is cheaper than the 435 was. I mean, car note for car note, not really, but I'm going for more reliability, and you'll see that in the next upcoming modifications that I got for the M340. I'm not Frankensteining no more cars of this nature, because boy, when you want to get rid of them or trade them in or sell them, it's a hassle, it's a headache. Those type of cars require a special type of people like me, and they are far and few in between. So let me get back on the topic. Now, what was able to save my ass, honestly, with being able to make this move and jump out of the 435 despite the very, very shitty resale value, was the fact that I always typically made a lot more payments than I was supposed to. There was a point in time where I was just paying $1,000 a month to get the balance on the 435 down. And to believe it or not, I think that was myself in my head preparing me for the change. I actually did it a while back. I used to do it a lot. Kind of seeing the downward spiral of the car. You know, I kind of paid attention. I kind of planned and prepped for myself. Like, listen, I'm gonna lose a lot. I'm gonna lose my ass on this car. So I gotta start planning. I gotta just man up and start preparing myself for the, the raw shaft. Surprisingly, believe it or not, the insurance did not actually go up for my 435 that much. I'll make another video saying how much I pay for insurance for everything: the motorcycle, the BMW, and the Honda. The Honda's the cheapest, the BMW's the most, but the motorcycle ain't that far from the BMW, which is crazy. I said to myself, let me go pick this up. I seen it and I got it. As soon as I pulled in the thing, I parked next to it, I'm like, this is my car. Now, unfortunately, they only gave me $13,000 for my BMW 435. The value on it at the time was like 16.9-ish, 17,000. Surprisingly, the used car market is like really high right now. So I feel like I did take a hit for the 435, and I probably paid a little bit more than I was supposed to for this. I think I got a good deal. The dealership, they pretty much told me, it's like, listen, we only give you 13 for the car. We understand if you don't even want to sell it. And I'm thinking in my head, like, 13? Listen, at this point, I'm willing to take 7. 7 and a Starbucks coffee. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like I lost a lot for what the car has, but if you think about it, they're kind of losing some as well because of what the car has on it. The sales guy was pretty cool. Al, shout out to you. Where it gets a little annoying was the finance dude. Right? They played the whole keeping me there to the end of the day. I hit him with straight up, like, yo, listen, I'm about to get some food. I want Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A closed at 9. Boom. Instantly got in with the finance dude. We all know what type of guys the finance dudes are. So he comes to me, he hits me up. Now, I don't know if I'm supposed to be putting this information online, but I'm gonna just be real with y'all. My credit score came back as a 797. Now, I don't really know what scale that is, but I know that's good as shit, okay? So he comes back with a chart, and he sits me down. He's like, yo, Mike, we got you approved. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, bro, I knew I was gonna get approved. That wasn't the issue. I never f***ed up with my credit in my life. So I knew that wasn't gonna be a problem. And for 0 down. So he's like, yeah, we got you at 5.49%. I'm like, what? 5.49%? He's like, yeah, you're in the tier 2 of credit. So he showed me this paper where 800 and 900 is tier 1, and then 700 or something to 800 was tier 2. And I'm like, never in my life have I bought a car and I've been in tier 2 and had a high ass score like that. Typically they'll say something like 720, 760 and up might be tier 1 or something. So I'm like, bro, you know what? I'm gonna just call my credit union because they gonna lock me in at 2.49 anyway. So he was like, yeah, well, you wanna call him? Something like that. Boop. I paused the whole deal and tried to get on the phone with him. It was closed. He said, you know what? I'll work with you. I'm like, what do you mean? I know you work for the state. I'll bump it down. And in my head, I'm like, that don't even remotely apply right now. 1, 2. Typically, when somebody needs a deal, when somebody's getting a deal like that, you need some type of proof, some ID, something. You just went off my word. I could have told you I was the FBI. So we got the rate down to the 3.7%, and I'm like, yo, listen. Honestly, we talking about a lot of money here. So 3, 4, 5% is a lot. Is a bigger difference than just 2%. You know, on that balance amount. So I'm trying to get him down a little bit more. He throws in like the gap, the service contract, some wheel and tire protection. I said no. I turned it all down. I said, get that cost down as low as possible. I don't want any of it. So if you know about dealerships, they make a back end off of the shit that they sell besides the car. You know, I think that's where they really get you. The car they don't make too much money on, but all the service contracts and gap and all that stuff they make money on, right? So I see the gap, I'm like, the gap is $1,000. My credit union gap is $250, right? So that's a no right off the bat. He's like, you don't want no gap? I'm like, no, I don't even want gap. in my head, I wanted gap like a motherfucker, but I wasn't gonna pay $1,000 for it, and I wasn't gonna let him know that I was thinking about paying $1,000 for that gap. So we negotiated the gap down to $500 because I felt like that was still more but reasonable. It's the most I was gonna get out of him that day, right? Then he goes, hey, listen, all right, you gotta come to me with like some type of package deal. I want to give you the 2.57%, but you got to take a warranty from me. I'm like, all right, cool, what you got? So he talked to me about warranty, it was like $5,000. I banged him down to $2,500 for a 3-year, 36,000 miles. This car is obviously covered for the next 3 years and 36,000 miles by the BMW warranty, but he thought he was trying to sell me on some extra special, you know, this covers everything, blah, blah, blah. I get it. I've been through it before. This is actually like my 11th or 12th car at this point. So he does a little thing, we bump it down to $2,500. I told him, listen, I'll agree to those terms as long as you lock me in at 2.57%. I got the interest rate, and here's where I play dirty back. Now, if you guys don't know, the warranty is a very, very good negotiating tool because, to be honest, I could have gotten that rate without getting a warranty because I did. Essentially, he just won't tell me that, but I know I did. So the warranty is a nice little tool you can play with. 99%, well, in my experience, every service contract warranty or vehicle service contract that I've gotten is refundable, all right? So what that means is 30 days after, you can get a full refund on that service contract if you cancel it. So I just waited for the ink dry. Went ahead and called up that nice warranty company and said, yeah, I want to cancel. Now I have to go through the dealer and the finance manager to cancel, which I have no problem. But at the end of the day, I get my $25.99 back, and I get my car for 2.57% because the interest rate don't change. So effectively what that's going to do is, on top of the advance payments that I put in, that's going to throw another extra $2,600 on the principal. But I admit, the car note doesn't change. However, I will pay it off faster. You get what I'm saying? I'm not really concerned about the car note too much because, like I said, I used to throw $1,000 a month on a 435 to knock it down. Use those service contracts to your advantage. Try to get a better APR. Try to get a better price on the car. Maybe they'll lower the car a couple hundred if you spend a couple thousand on a vehicle service contract, and then after you walk out, you cancel that. So with that being said, I hope you guys got something from my experiences. The dealership at the end of the day was good, and those guys, I understand, was just doing their jobs. You win some and you lose some, and I tried to win as much as I possibly could because we all know on this channel I lost a lot in that 435. So with that being said, somebody had to eat it, and I ate 95% of it. That motherfucker gonna eat 5. Back from Slow Speed. Hope you guys like this video. I know it's too much talking, but sit down and listen. Peace out.